everyone, it's Irene, and I have a project I'd like to share with you. But before I do that, I'd like to do a couple shout outs. One of them is there's a new junk journal artist on the scene, and she just did a 50 subby giveaway, which my good friend Leslie Spears had won. So deserving, Leslie. Enjoy, you so deserve it. But the YouTube channel for you to check out is Love Me Some Paper, and she's heading towards her 100 subby, and she might do another giveaway of one of her beautiful journals. So head on over, let her know that Craftyirina sent you. She'll take very good care of you. But she has a beautiful channel of some fantastic journals, something to learn from and inspired by, motivated by her work. So head on over to Love Me Some Paper. I know you'll be glad you did. And subscribe to her. Wonderful, wonderful channel. The other thing is for people out there who are looking for something new to get into, I always try to promote the Junk Journal Junkies on Facebook. The administrator and her team is Yvonne Preston, and she has a beautiful team of people running that group, and it's Junk Journal Junkies. Yvonne Preston also has an Etsy shop, My Crafty Little Corner, and she sells digi theirs and all kinds of fun goodies for your junk journal endeavors. And then her blog is mylittlecraftycorner.blogspot.co.uk. So head on over to these sites, check her out. Yvonne is a lovely, lovely person, an awesome friend of mine, but a fantastic artist, so much to learn from. You should see what she's done in the past 4 days. Something that takes me weeks to do, she did many of it in 4 days. So head on over to her YouTube channel and see what that is. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful crafter, and a lot to learn from her. I so appreciate her. I'm also a better crafter because of Yvonne. So Yvonne, if you're watching, thank you so much. You're amazing. And then I want to show you my little craft here. And it's book pages. As you guys know, I have a lot of them. And I tear these out of my books that I get from either Dollar Tree, vintage stores. My recent find is I want to say not a Goodwill store, but a store that caters to helping the animals, and everything that is donated to these two shops is resold, and they fund all the things that need to be done for animals in need. So I love that. I love charities like that. So I bought a lot of books from there, and this is one of them. And as you know, I get a lot of book pages, and what I made with these are some envelopes out of these book pages. But what makes these a little different is they're magnetized, and you can hear that, magnetized, and there's lace on the edges, but they're not really lace on the edges. I actually put two pieces of book pages together in between a piece of lace in the middle. I sandwich it in the middle, put the two pieces together, I sew it all around, have a little bit of that edge hanging out, if you guys can see that edge. Give it that old world antique vintage feel and look to it. And I magnetize it. And this is ready to be decorated according to the journal it's going in. So these are not decorated. As you can see, I've made quite a few of them. Actually, I made a lot of them because I use them also in different ways. One of the things I like to do is I put a positive message inside. My mom likes to put a couple coins in here. And when we either go to a restaurant that she likes, or maybe like a doctor's office or something, we give this, or she does, to whoever she wants to. And she feels good about giving something to someone. This doesn't cost very much for me to make. I usually make these late at night when I'm watching her anyway. It's a little work, but it's worth it. It makes my mom feel better. And people seem to really enjoy receiving these. And lately I've been leaving them in little stacks with positive words, no money, just positive words and notes inside with maybe a scripture, in doctor's offices on the table, and just says, please take one. And it's been well received. So these are a lot of fun to do, really fun to reuse. And I left this one undone because I'm going to be asked about the staining. The stain that you see there is the stain right here that I get at Target. Costs about $4. You get a lot of use out of this. And I want to show what I do is after I take the cap off, let me see if I can do it here without taking a shower in the stain. You take the cap off, and when you get it in the middle, there's a little stopper. I take some pliers, pull out that plastic stopper. I get an old ink pad that's in the brown color. I pour some on. Let's see, there it is right there. And obviously I just rub it on really good. And I let it seep in and hang out in this old pad. And then when I'm getting ready to stain something, and I just had it here, like this one right here, and I stain it, it gives me that staining that I really like. Now when the pad is not freshly inked up, the inking is dark right now, but when I really use up this pad, the inking goes really, really pretty. And it gives that coffee antique flavor to it, as you can see. And this is, if you didn't know the difference, you would swear that that was Tim Holtz stain. There's no smell to it. There's no nothing to it. It dries really quick. And it's super cheap. It's about $4 for this whole bottle, which is 2.5 fluid ounces. So this is a brown one. They have black, and they have, I think, a natural brown. But it goes really well, and I love it. I use it in all my work, really. People are going to ask about the magnets. What I do is, there's actually a trick to these magnets. And what I do is you can just Google it, the thinnest. I'm not sure what size this is because I've had so many of them, and I keep them in a little bin like this out of their packages. But let's see if I can have, let me see. You can also use these right here. Sometimes Tuesday Morning sells them, and they are by Basic Gray. Self-adhesive, really thin magnets, but it doesn't matter what size they are. I actually get these right here at Home Depot, or you can get them at Lowe's. And the trick to me, or for my projects, is this. I use the magnet on the lip of the envelope, and I use either a dryer, a washer, this size, or this is a number 10 flat washer. That way I don't waste two magnets. And I'll show you here, because these are super strong. But as you can see, there's my washer. And let me make a little piece of paper here. So if my washer is right there, if you guys can see that, look at the magnet. It sticks to the washer quite nicely. Oh, this is a washer. Sorry guys, that was just another washer, a tiny washer. And you actually get the magnet out. Okay, so if the washer is right there, and I fold the paper over, okay, so you guys can see the washer is right here in the middle. You can see it sticks quite nicely to that washer. So I'm not wasting two magnets. My magnets go a long way because I use these washers. And I just want to show you. Here's one of those big washers, and here's my magnets. They stick really well, very strong, and that way my magnets go further. They're not expensive, but if you can save, why not? And this is pretty cheap to get these washers. Really fun to use that way. But here's my magnetized envelopes. You can use them in junk journals. You can use them every way you would like. Like I said, the lace is sandwiched in between both pieces of paper. I sew them and make them really pretty. They're not decorated right now, like I said, because I like to decorate them according to the project I'm working on and incorporate that design or flavor onto these envelopes. Really fun to use. Really great feel. It has a really good body to it. It's not going to rip on you. It feels like it's been around forever. It's really, really good touch. So if you guys are interested in making some, love to see what you guys can come up with. Really, really fun element to have in any kind of junk journal or gift. Really, really fun. So hopefully this gives you guys another idea of what you can do with book pages. This is just one of my creative versions of using up my stash, because after I tear half this book out, I'm going to have a lot more pages again. Alright everyone, hope that gives you something to go on over the next week or so and get creative with what you can come up with. And don't forget, go check out Love Me Some Paper. She's getting ready to do a 100 subby giveaway, so subscribe to her and maybe you can be the next winner of her lovely, lovely journal. All right, everyone, have a great evening, and I'll be back with more. Take good care. Bye-bye.